Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have swatches for you from the Middle-earth collection inspired by the Lord of the Rings that is releasing from Glam Polish. These will be available October 22nd, so in the description box below I will link the Glam site and Instagram page, and then I will link my Instagram page where you can see more swatches of everything from today's video. So we do have 10 polishes to look at today, and let's go ahead and get started. So first we have one ring to rule them all, and this is a dusty mauve loaded with shifty ghost flakes. So here's our first coat of one ring to rule them all. This one is a little bit sheer here on this first coat. Formulas are pretty much across the board the same, 2 to 3 coats depending on your application. A smooth, easy application, but just it depends on what colors you're looking for. But I was able to get full opacity here in 2. It is going to dry on the dull side, so I do recommend top coat to smooth things out and add some shine. Removal will take a little bit of scrubbing, but it's not super difficult. Up next we have There's Some Good in This World, Mr. Frodo, and this is a neon leaning purple with these iridescent flakes in a scattered hollow. Here's our first coat of There's Some Good in This World, Mr. Frodo. I'm going to show you what 2 coats of this looks like today. Depending on your application, you might need a third, or if you have a super strong visible nail line, you might need to go in for 3 coats. Formula is again smooth and easy to work with, no running, pulling, staining, no application issues whatsoever. I do recommend top coat. It is going to dry dull, and removal will take a little bit of scrubbing, and there are 2 coats. Up next we have Courage is Found in Unlikely Places, and this one is a super bright neon leaning lime green crelly with these iridescent flakes and a scattered hollow. Here's our first coat of Courage is Found in Unlikely Places. Now this is one that I did opt to go in for 3 coats on. It has the same formula, it has the same opacity, but it does have kind of more of a chalky-ish finish, which makes it a little bit more on the uneven side, and I am not careful by any means when applying nail polish, so I did need to go in for that 3rd coat. If you go in a little bit thicker and a little bit more careful of an application, you might be able to get away with 2, but I am not that skilled. This is also going to dry on the dull side, so I do recommend top coat to finish this off, add some shine back to it, and removal will still take a little bit of scrubbing because of the holographic glitter that's in all of these polishes. So there are 3 coats. Up next we have My Precious, and this is a teal base with these iridescent flakes and a scattered hollow. Here's our first coat of My Precious. The formula on this was again excellent to work with. We're back to that kind of more jelly-ish even finish, so I was able to get opacity on this one in 2 coats, but again, if you have that strong visible nail line, you might need to go in for 3. I do love how these iridescent glitters contrast with this base color, probably the most in this collection. I think this is a stunning combination. So there are 2 coats. Up next we have Not All Those Who Wander Are Lost, and this is a periwinkle base, again with these iridescent flakes and the scattered hollow. Here's our first coat of Not All Those Who Wander Are Lost. This one is a little bit more sheer than I expected it to be. I did still get full coverage in 2 coats, but I could see this one needing 3 coats for most people. It was right on the edge for me personally, needing that 3rd coat. This one is also going to dry on the dull side, so I do recommend top coat to finish this one off, and removal will still take some scrubbing because of the hollow micro glitter. But there are 2 coats. Up next we have You Fool, No Man Can Kill Me, and this one is a dusty blurple base with, again, these iridescent flakes and a scattered hollow. Here's our first coat of You Fool, No Man Can Kill Me. This one is decently opaque on this first coat for this collection. It does have a smooth, even coverage, a nice buttery application. The flakes that are in here are stunning. Again, all these are practically the same. It's just the color that you prefer to wear, but they all have the same kind of elements. Again, a dull finish, so a nice top coat to finish this off, and removal will take a little bit of scrubbing, and there are 3 coats. Up next we have You Shall Not Pass, and this one I would classify as a charcoal gray with purple undertones, and again it's got that iridescent flake and scattered hollow.
Here's our first coat of You Shall Not Pass. This is probably my favorite of the collection. I think this is a super stunning, flattering color. I think the flakes that are in here contrast really, really nicely. They stand out really, really well. It does have a great formula, just like everything else in this collection. Full coverage in 2 coats, a dull finish, and a little bit of a time for removal, and there are 2 coats.
Up next we have One Does Not Simply Walk into Mordor, and this one is a kind of red leaning mauve base, again with these iridescent flakes and the scattered hollow.
Here's our first coat of One Does Not Simply Walk into Mordor. So I've never seen Lord of the Rings, but I have seen memes of the man with One Does Not Simply ... and I'm getting the hunch that it comes from Lord of the Rings, so I'm a little bit inspired to watch it now. But again, so here, full coverage in 2 coats, and there is One Does Not Simply Walk into Mordor.
Up next we have Go Where You Must Go and Hope, and this one is a soft pastel lavender with iridescent flakes and a scattered hollow.
Here's our first coat of Go Where You Must Go and Hope. This one does, again, kind of have that chalky-ish finish that the green from earlier had, so this is one that I do recommend going in for 3 coats on. But it is a beautiful, full manicure, a nice, gorgeous, kind of soft, dainty, girly-ish manicure, if you will. I think this is a really beautiful combination. This one I did do that 3 coats for. It is going to dry on the dull side, just like everything else in this collection, so I do recommend going in for a top coat. Removal will take a little bit of scrubbing because of the hollow glitter that's in here as well. So there are 3 coats.
And lastly for today we have A Wizard Is Never Late, and this one is a light concrete base with, say it with me, an iridescent flake and a scattered hollow.
And here's our first coat of A Wizard Is Never Late. This, I mean, has the same formula as everything else in this collection. I feel like a total broken record. I feel like a total broken record with virtually every video I do. But this one I feel like I've repeated myself 10 times. Formula is smooth and easy to work with. I got full coverage in 2 coats. If you're super picky, this one does kind of have that chalkiness to it, so you might need a 3rd. I did dip back in just to cover this corner of my nail. A dull finish on this, so a top coat to smooth things out, and removal is a little bit difficult.
And guys, that is it. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of these polishes. Let me know if you plan on picking any of them up, and let me know what your favorite was. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe if you'd like to see more from me, and I will talk to you again next time.